Hey, and welcome to our first ever episode of the Surf and Turf Cornhole podcast. I am C.S. Alexander. You might know me better by my stage name, Big John Dinglehammer.
And I'm Mark Kinnett, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
That's right. We have a great show. That's right. Why don't you tell us what we got coming up?
Okay, today we're going to discuss registration options. We're going to discuss bags in the tournaments. We're going to have a little big-time tech reveal and some mentoring.
So let's talk about registration options. So if you've gone to our Facebook page, facebook.com/surfandturf, what you'll find is a link to our regular ACO membership. Now, there's actually two different kinds of memberships that you can buy, but one of them is actually free. That's the social ACO membership. So there's a couple of differences. The first, the pro membership, or the one that we did provide a link for, it's $25 a year. And what that allows you to do, among many other things, is to take your points that you accrue in our tournaments and put them against the rankings of every other ACO player in the country. And the great thing about that is, at the end of the season, if your points have you in the top 80 players in the world, you will make pro status for the next season. And you will be invited to the World Championships. And this year it's being held in Montgomery, Alabama. I was going to say Foley. We just had a major down in Foley. But it's going to be in Montgomery, Alabama. Montgomery. That's just a fun. Montgomery. It's going to be in Montgomery, Alabama, July 24th through the 28th. And it is one of the greatest spectacles in sports.
That's right, Big John. And there's also the social aspect of Cornhole, where it's free. It's where you're not really interested in getting points or making moves to go to other regionals or other tournaments. It's just for fun, and you can win some great prize money too.
So you have two options. If you're just want to come out of the backyard, participate in our weekly tournaments, and just have some fun, and you're not worried about going to bigger tournaments or the Worlds, then sign up for the ACO social membership. It's completely free. And then once you come to our tournaments, we'll get your card and you're good to go. If you want to get your points, sign up for the ACO Pro. There's two ways you can do it. Either sign up before you come to our first tournament, which is March 14th at the Lazy Pirate down in Carolina Beach, or we will have registrations that you can fill out, the paperwork you can fill out, and we'll take your money there, but it's going to be cash only. We will not be able to take any credit cards there because we don't want to.
No, cash is best.
We like cash. We like cash a lot.
Okay.
So let's keep this moving. Next.
Let's talk about the bags. There's been some questions about which bags would be best to use for play. So yeah, show us the different bags, CS.
Well, this right here is a Fast Tracks, the ACO Pro Series Fast Tracks 450. It's easy for me to say, Fast Tracks. Now, what are great about these bags? Well, this is an ACO innovation. And what you have is a two-sided cornhole bag. This side is the micro suede, and it sticks. This is your canvas side, and it slides. So it allows you to kind of use a lot more strategy in your gameplay. So if you need your bag to slide, push another player off, you're going to use the fast side. You need it to stick, maybe block the front, you're going to use the micro suede side. So it's really innovative, and it really does change your gameplay a lot when you can make a lot more strategic moves. There's a lot of strategic moves that take place in the sport of cornhole. It's crazy. Now, Mark, you have some examples of some terrible bags. And
okay, these are the bags that he's referring to, folks. And, you know, they are regulation. They will work, but we hate them. So
now, if you look at Mark's bags, you hold it up. You look.
I'm not showing them my bag.
Well, just for us, we're all friends here,
okay.
Right? We're friends.
There we go.
So if you see, their bags are kind of old and wrinkly, where these are. Oh, we're not talking about that.
Okay.
What you see here is crappy bags, but you would find these bags in somebody's backyard, maybe even in your own backyard. And what the problem is that if you bring bags, even if they meet ACO regulations, you could bring these bags, play against somebody with these bags, and they're going to beat you.
Yeah.
And you already have kind of, there's not going to be an evenness starting off. You're going to have some players coming out, and we'll get to that in a little while. You're going to have some players coming out that are going to be better than you, unless you've been playing for a long time. So using different bags doesn't create a level playing field. And so that's kind of the argument we've been hearing, is that because if you go to an ACO major, whether you're going to Vegas, whether you're going to Orlando, whether you're going to Kenansville, an ACO major or the World Championships, you have to use the bags provided by the tournament event promoters, the ACO, and they're going to be these bags. But what that allows everybody to have is an even playing field. So what have you heard as far as players wanting to bring their own bags? Why?
Well, they're used to them. It's like if a baseball player, he's got his favorite glove. And, it's just, we got to make sure everything is regulation. And, new players may not have their own bags. So they really may not know what they're looking for.
Yeah. But I'm not to say if you don't have any bags and you probably aren't playing at home, you're probably not going to do well.
Probably not.
But you can get some good bags and do well. But what Mark's saying, and we understand what people are saying, you're used to your own bags. You want to have that kind of gameplay. You feel comfortable with them. You think you're going to win with them. And we understand that argument. We haven't made a decision at this time. We're going to make a decision by Saturday. So on our Facebook page, we're going to put a thread on there. And you are allowed to please put your opinion. And we'll take everybody's opinion in consideration. And if we do decide to go with the uniformed ACO bags, we will provide them for you at the tournament. Now, one of the great things about that is if you decide, if we do go that route and you want to get your own set to practice with at home, you can buy it either through us or go to online at the ACO, the AmericanCornhole.com, and buy your own bags. And that way there will be that kind of evenness where your consistency, I think is the word I'm looking for. The consistency that you get from gameplay in your backyard and then you come to your tournament. So ACO, Fast Track Pro Series 450, not that.
One more time. Firm and taut, old and wrinkly. Okay.
Right.
I think that
Firm and taut, old and wrinkly.
Okay. So moving on. What do we got next, CS?
Next up, we have a big reveal. It's really big to us because our company, Backyard Fun University, which we are just about to get going, launch here pretty soon, owns the league. And one of the things we're trying to do is bring technical innovation, do things that people are not doing anywhere else in ACO leagues across the country. And this right here is something we are so excited about. The Samsung Gear 360 virtual reality camera.
That thing is awesome.
What this does, if you've never seen a VR 360 camera, what they do is they record everything at the moment. Up, down, sideways, 360. Then when you go back and play it back, you can use your phone or smartphone, go to YouTube where we're going to be hosting our videos. You put it on the video, and as it's playing, you can turn around, you look up, you look down. Well, you can do that anyway. But when you do it, you actually see what was being seen at the event.
Another advantage is if you're not able to attend, somebody you know might be there, and you can pull it up later. Have a great time with that.
Yeah, if you've ever been in Walmart, who hasn't, and you saw those headsets they were selling this Christmas for like $10 a piece, this is what this kind of goes for. So you get with this headset, you don't have to use a headset. It allows you to be hands-free. But to get the headset, you put in your phone, get the video you want, and then you have that virtual sense of being there. You hear what everybody was hearing. You can look around at people. You can watch. It's kind of like being kind of a fun fly on the wall. So if you're around it and you're being filmed, you got to kind of keep that in your mind. Somebody 5 years down the road might be having a good time at the Lazy Pirate virtually.
And you never know what we're going to capture on film.
You never. That's so true, Mark.
Okay, Big John. What else we got?
Big John. All right. And last, while we wrap up our first episode, let's talk about an issue we have heard every stop we have made. And that is people come into tournaments out of their backyard and they're enjoying it, but you have a few players there that are really, really good. And these players win every time. And so what is happening is people get tired of basically handing their money over to somebody else. That is a recipe for disaster, and that's what has happened. These leagues have fallen to the side. People have decided not to play anymore. What were you hearing?
Well, like you're saying, people felt taken advantage of. They felt, I might as well just hand this guy my prize money. We don't work that way, and we're not ever going to work that way.
Well, but the problem is there are certain things you can't get around. I mean, there is a learning curve here that we're going to have from the very beginning. There are already players in Wilmington who have been playing for a while and who are very good. They do play in ACO majors. I've seen them there, and they're going to come and they're going to be some of the early big winners in the tournaments. What we are, asking is we want to have basically a mentoring philosophy. So if you are one of these good players and you are coming to,
destroy the competition.
Yeah, well, and this is a competition. I mean, this isn't about, we're not handing out participation badges here. There is prize money for it. But it doesn't mean that you can't help that player who is not as good as you. And that's what we are asking. So if you're a backyard player, look, there's a good chance you're not going to win the first few tournaments. That you don't go and start a sport and then you're great at it. But you can get a lot better. And that's what we want everybody to do. We want everybody to get better because we want to have competitive leagues for the next 20 years. So if you are one of these good players, please, when you are in match play, if you see your opponent who is clearly not on your level, making a mistake, just take the time to help them out. Tell them what they're doing wrong. Maybe their approach is not strong. Maybe they're not throwing it properly. Maybe their release is down here where they should be releasing it up here. There's a lot of different reasons why players are not good in the very beginning. So if you do your part to help out, it's not going to keep you from winning, but it's going to keep those people coming back. And if you don't and they stop coming, then the prize money goes away.
That's exactly right. And, what's the fun in winning all the time?
That's the thing. Fun.
So we're going to do our level best to make sure that sort of thing doesn't happen in our league. So
because that's what it really comes down to. We've talked about this before. This is about fun. This is cornhole. This is not your job. We want you, when you get off your job, come to the tournament with expectations that you're going to have a good time. So let's make sure that we make sure everybody has a good time. Take care of each other. Kind of be our own little ACO family here in the Cape Fear region.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for this episode. Thank you for joining in. Mark, do you have any final words?
Well, I do. If you have any comments on anything we've discussed, hit us up on our Facebook and let us know if there's something you want to talk about, something we missed, the story behind Big John. We could probably make that happen.
Contractual obligations, Mark. I can't talk about it publicly. But Big John.
Pancake.
What?
Okay.
All right. So till next time, we are the Surf and Turf Cornhole Podcast. I am C.S. Alexander, Big John Dinglehammer.
And I'm Mark Connett. We'll see you next time.
Cool. Just run back to see what else.